We may very well be witnessing the beginning of a dynasty. Welcome back, everybody, to our channel, Spock's Playbook. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I notice a lot of you ain't been subscribing. Like the video, comment, let me know your opinions on what I'm about to say. But I think OKC is gonna be the next dynasty, man. We've been in the era of parity. We've had 7 different champions in the last 7 years, I think. And some people thought, okay, the Celtics would be the first to break that curse. Me personally, I disagree. Even though I thought they were a good team, they had very glaring issues with Porzingis never being available. Drew Holiday already at an old age and was clearly declining. Um, the money issue where everybody needs to get paid, second apron, things of that nature. The style of basketball that they play that's like hit or miss. It's like we're either gonna hit all these threes and breeze our way through the playoffs, or we're gonna miss every single one of them. And guess what? So that style of basketball, the financial issues that they had, the talent issues that they had, the draft capital problems that they had a scarcity of a lot. So, me personally, I didn't think they'd be back-to-back champions. Also, because it's ridiculously hard to become a back-to-back champion in the era of parity. But I might be calling it early, especially since OKC hasn't even won the championship yet. But man, oh man, do I think they're going to be our first back-to-back champions. Not only that, but I truly do believe they'll be the first dynasty we see since the Golden State dynasty. Um, a lot of you guys may be wondering, oh, Spock, how are you saying that when they haven't won a ring yet? Blah, blah, blah. And it comes down to a couple of things. One, everybody on the team's young. Everyone on the team is young. Their oldest players are like that are actually in the rotation are Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein. Everyone on this team is young. They have a top three, top five player in the NBA, the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So they already have that going for them. They have J Dub, who was recently announced to have All NBA honors. Was an All Star, obviously. Then they have Chet, literally the second overall pick from 3 years ago, I believe now, 3 years ago, who's been really lackluster in these playoffs offensively. Most of the time, he has had his games, and he's always going to come with it on the defensive side of the basketball. But when it comes to the offensive side of the basketball, there's a lot left to be desired in these playoffs from Chet. His three-point frequency hasn't been amazing. He's not making them either. He's taking not that many threes as I feel he should, as fitting in that really small, tight net group of actual 3-point shooting bigs. He's not taking many, and he's not making them either. He's not really getting to the line as much as I think he could. A lot of things, but defensively, he's gonna be one of the top defensive players in the league. And then you just look at the rest of the roster, man. Alex Caruso, one of the best defensive players in the NBA as well. Isaiah Hartenstein, an amazing center, one of the better centers in the league. And I'll get to what makes this team so special in a second. They still got Aaron Wiggins. He's a good role player. He's athletic. He's gonna play the hell out of defense. He's always gonna make the right defensive play. His offense, he's gonna give you 1 or 2 threes a game. Isaiah Joe, he's also been really pretty bad these playoffs. He's not making his threes, which is what he's on the team to do. Unfortunate, but I mean, OKC is still dominating without that. Who else? There's Cason Wallace, defensive menace, honestly. Like, he's just going to give you 100% effort on the defensive side of the basketball. And yeah, the team just has so many players that can be on the court, which is the most valuable thing you can have in playoff basketball. Players who can stay on the court. Even if their shot's not falling, they can still stay on the court. And the most amazing part of this team, besides the Mo being young, is the contract situation. Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, they both got paid. They're nothing. The contracts are nothing insane, and also those contracts, they expire when it's time to pay Chet, J-Dub, the rest of the team. Good. We got the best years of Alex Caruso we're probably gonna get because he's going into the latter half of his career. Isaiah Hartenstein, he's obviously not gonna be as good as he is now, presumably. And then even that we could resign them for less money, because they won't be as good as when we originally paid them. We paid them when we had an excess surplus amount of money, and now we're giving them a contract after that, after their prime years. So we basically get them on a team-friendly deal. This team has managed its finances perfectly. Perfectly. They know when to pay guys, how much to pay guys. They read it. They clearly understand the CBA rules front to back because the contracts, the incentives, like it's not full. Not every contract they give out is fully guaranteed. Keep in mind. The contracts they give out, when when the contracts expire, it's planned meticulously and perfectly. Honestly, which is one of the things people don't recognize. OKC has one of the greatest front offices I have ever seen with my eyes. They do not only fail, they don't fail to put talent around their star player. They also make sure that talent is going to stay around their star player for a very long time. Hypothetically, Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein's contracts up. All right, say let's get you some more guys. Let's get them team-friendly contracts. So they're gonna be here for 3 to 4 years, 20 million a year, and they're gonna give you what you need. They're gonna give you defense. They're gonna give you catch and shoot opportunities. They're like, Shea just has to kick it out. They're gonna make the shot. And if they're not, it's fine. Because on the defensive side of the ball, they're making sure their guy isn't getting a shot up either. And if they do, best believe that shot's probably not going in. The reason why this team, in my eyes, is 98% guaranteed to at least win 2 championships in Shea's career, bare minimum. The way they structure contracts, the way they recognize talent, they see talent, and they're able to pick out and distinguish what type of talent they want to have on their roster. They had Trey Mann, who went to Charlotte, putting up triple doubles. Well, guess what? They don't want that type of talent on their team. Even though Trey Mann, I think, is one of the most talented players in the league, he can't play defense. They know what they want from their players. If you can't play defense, you're undersized. You're not particularly one of the better three-point shooters. You have talent, but we're going to make the decision to move you, which is what they did. And it's so great that a front office is able to recognize, hey, we understand you have talent, but you don't fit the needs we have as a team. So we're going to move you to get more assets for talent that fits what we want. I feel like a good comparison would be the Nico Harrison-Luka trade. He was able to trade Luka because he said, hey, this is not the type of star player I want on my team. I want a star player who can score, not only score, not only score, but can play defense. And as me and many other content creators and people in the basketball space said, hey, Nico, it's not that easy. You can't just say, oh, I want this specific type of superstar player, because not everybody gets a superstar player. And luckily for him, the basketball gods blessed him. He got his ideal type of player. It's similar to that with OKC. They have talent. This isn't the specific mold of talent we want. We're going to move this talent and wait until we can be able to get the type of talent we want, which is defensive, long and lanky, and just has to be ready to make smart plays. None of these guys are insane athletes in terms of their role players, besides possibly Aaron Wiggins. None of these guys are jumping out at the gym. None of these guys are shooting 45% from three, not a lethal three-point shooter, but guess what? They're smart basketball players. They make the right plays, and they know how to play around their star player. You're never going to see Aaron Wiggins wave off Shea, Jonathan Kuminga. You're never going to see Alex Caruso be like, wait, what do I have to do on defense? No. They communicate. They barely don't even have to communicate. It's like telepathy. They don't have to do all this pointing. Oh, I thought you had him. I thought you had him. Oh, he's about to cut. No, they just know. When two of their teammates are about to trap a star player, such as Anthony Edwards in this Timberwolves OKC series, oh, the whole team just knows what's about to happen without speaking. Without speaking. Oh, they're trapping. Slide over. I'm gonna slide over. Isaiah, I heart. Get the back line. Watch for the cutter. This team is blended perfectly on defense. And the only concern you can have with this team is offensively. They don't shoot three-pointers. They just don't. They don't have any strong, lethal three-point shooters on this team. The best three-point shooter they have, I think, is Isaiah Joe. And this whole playoff run can't put a drop in the ocean. But guess what? Their defense is so elite, it don't matter. Shea and J-Dub can go 2 for 40 in the first half. Oh, guess what? We're only down 4 points. We're only down 7 points. And the greatest part of it all is that they have every draft asset and draft capital imaginable. I hear Giannis being on the move, KD being on the move. They don't need to trade for these players. They're already the favorites. Why would they need to add Giannis? The amount of assets it would take, it just drain up their asset pool when they don't need Giannis. They just don't. They don't. We could make a move for a player such as Cam Johnson. Maybe take a first, maybe a second. Like first and second first round pick. Like 2 first round picks. We get Cam Johnson. Oh, guess what? He can play defense. He's lanky. He can get rebounds. Has high IQ. Lethal three-point shooter. We'll give you 2 first round picks, some contracts. There you go. Make a match. Shit. We'll give you 3. And don't get me wrong. These 3 first round picks aren't top 5 picks. No, they're probably going to be 20s that they have to move regardless because they can't keep drafting all these players. And don't get it wrong. He's one of the better draft classes as of recently. They have another pick in this draft. They have a lottery pick from last year's draft in Nikola Topic, who was predicted to be top 5 if it wasn't for his injury. This team got what it needs because it's good now. The players are young. It's going to get better. The front office isn't dumb to overpay players either. They know when to pay, how long to pay them for. And hell, man, they can get whoever they want in this league. Honestly. They wanted to get Wemby. They're the only team that could get Wemby. Obviously, the Spurs would never trade Wemby for anything because to get a possible GOAT level player definitely doesn't grow on trees. So, but to have the amount of surplus of draft capital, first and second round picks that they have, movable contracts on their team, they have no issue with departing from iHeart, Alex Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, players of these nature, not because these players aren't talented, but just because they can just upgrade. They can. With that being said, I have OKC winning the 2020-2025 NBA Finals. And I got them winning next year. They're going to go back to back. That's my hot take. I don't even know if that's much of a hot take. With that being said, I love y'all. Catch you on the next video. Next video, we're going to be talking about the conference finals. I know I've missed them. I'm going to do a recap when they're over. Just because I might as well at this point. With that being said, I love y'all. Stay tuned for that video. Like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.